Hello everyone, Ollie here from 𝕬𝕖-𝕬𝕚, and today, of course, as you see by the title and the thumbnail, I'm going to be reviewing the 2023 Illumination, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Obviously, if you haven't checked it out already or seen, I reviewed the 1993 live-action Super Mario Bros. Film yesterday. So if you're interested in hearing my thoughts on that film, because I intended to review the 1993 film, this 2023 film again, because I reviewed it back when this film came out in April of 2023, earlier back, way like in the second month of the channel launching. Yeah, if you're interested, go check my thoughts on the 93 film and maybe check out my initial thoughts on this 2023 film. But upon rewatching it now, do my feelings stay the same, or are they different to back in 2023? I think I watched it since the cinema. I think I watched it with my family not too long ago. But anyway, in terms of what you guys have seen of my thoughts on the film, this is kind of my up-to-date thoughts. And it's so that I don't have to talk about it much in the out of the cinema review for the Super Mario Galaxy film, and that's obviously the reason why I'm reviewing these films up until this Galaxy film. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know that's the reason why, and if you hadn't seen that review, then that's why I'm reviewing it now, and it makes sense to. So my initial thoughts. I'll quickly give you my history on Mario. I mean, I grew up with Mario like many kid gamers growing up. Like, I mean, I wasn't like a competitive gamer whatsoever growing up as a child. I mean, I had a brother who had a original Xbox, you know, the original Xbox, the first Xbox that came out. He also had a PlayStation. He had all sorts growing up. I mean, he doesn't really have it much now because he has a family now. But growing up at home with him, and you know, I mean, we were all partially a gamer family-esque. Like, we weren't like we weren't avid gamers, but we you know, we had the Wii, the Nintendo Wii, so we had a lot of the Mario games, like New Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is one of my favorites. Even the Wii U, which is New Super Mario Bros. U, which is good as well. Even the 3D Mario games, Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario Galaxy 2, those are close to my heart as well. So you can guess my anticipation on the new Galaxy film. But yeah, I'm a big Mario fan. I can notice a lot of all the details like they have in this film, which I'll get to when I talk about them. But it's just when this film was announced, obviously all the shit with the 93 film, obviously people were, you know, hesitant to ever have another Mario film come out, but the idea of having an animated Mario film was interesting. It was far more, you know, interesting to have than another live action one, because God forbid that they would fuck that up again. But yeah, and when obviously it was announced that Illumination was going to be partnering up with Nintendo to make a new animated film, it was like, oh, okay. I mean, yeah, Illumination, you know, they have their ups and downs, but I'm sure they would make at least a beautiful looking Super Mario Bros. Film, and obviously they did. And the cast was announced, and it was all kind of a meme with Chris Pratt being as Mario, and I guess Jack Black as Bowser, but to be fair, he was kind of casting. But anyway, we'll get to that. But all the casting choices, but mainly Chris Pratt as Mario, everyone was like, why are we having Chris Pratt as Mario and not Charles Martinet, who did the voice of Mario ever since the birth of Mario, basically, other than the original Donkey Kong. But when Mario first had a voice, which I can't remember exactly which game it was, but up until when Mario started speaking in the games, Charles Martinet provided the voice, and he's amazing, obviously, as Mario. But when Chris Pratt was announced to be the voice of Mario in this film, everyone was like, why? Well, it's just Chris Pratt, just the same old Hollywood bullshit with casting big stars. And I get it. I know it's a bit like, but we'll see what he does. But I'll talk about my thoughts in a bit. But I just thought I'd let you know, I was actually kind of excited, especially when the trailers had come out. I think one of the last videos I did on my previous channel called 𝕬𝕬𝕬𝕬. If obviously, for people that don't know, I had a channel before 𝕬𝕬𝕬𝕬, and one of the last videos I did before exiting that channel when coming on here one of the last videos I did was a reaction to the teaser trailer for this first animated Mario film. So it was kind of surreal, really. That was one of my last videos on that channel, and now one of the first videos I had done on Dude's Talk Cinema was a review for this film. So it's kind of a weird connection. I have a weird, I don't want to say emotional connection, but it's kind of weird. But so yeah, now that it's been almost pretty much 3 years now since that film released, which is crazy, have my feelings changed? And yeah, that's basically it. But in realistic forms, not that much really has changed. Really, my thoughts. I just, yeah, I don't really have much else to really say. Before, I think I'm just gonna head straight into my positives. So yeah, my positives for this film is, I mean, like I briefly mentioned earlier, the animation is absolutely beautiful. Illumination did a great job with the animation style, just the colors, the worlds, and everything. Like the designs of all the worlds, like obviously, yeah, I say all the worlds, but a bit of the biomes that we have throughout the film that we see in like a montage, but obviously predominantly the Mushroom Kingdom and Bowser's Kingdom, whatever you want to call it. Like all that stuff is great. I mean, even though we have Brooklyn at the beginning of the film, which obviously makes sense because obviously Mario and Luigi are from Brooklyn. They're Mario brothers, they're plumbers, and obviously they take note of that and they actually form some kind of story. I mean, it's a very paper thin story, but for a kids film, a family film, should I say, a family animated film, just below 90 minutes long. The next thing I'll say that I think is a positive is I think it is a nice breeze. It's a nice quick watch. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It's very quick and easy and straight to the point, really. Although when I get to my kind of mixy, maybe negatives area, I'll get to that. But it is a nice, quick, kind of fast-paced animated film, and obviously if you want that, you get it. And especially it helps if you are a Mario fan, because a lot of references are upon this film, as you may expect, and it's awesome getting to point out all the references from all the not all the games I've played of Mario, but all the ones I have played, which are quite a lot. I noticed, like, even ones, there's like a few that are in this, a few references to like some of the earlier Mario games that I haven't been able to play, that I obviously had noticed because of animation, the TV series, and just parts of the Mario fandom that I knew about. So yeah, getting again the references is another big positive, even though references and Easter eggs can be a bit heavy-handed sometimes, and you can take an argument and say, yeah, it's a bit heavy-handed with the Easter eggs or references, however you want to put it. But I honestly think, I don't know what else it could have done other than obviously having a brilliant story. But again, Mario doesn't really have a very compelling overarching story other than save the princess, and beyond that, collect all the collectibles. That pretty much is it, really. So I'm happy with this film pretty much overall. I mean, there's a couple of things which I'll get to in a little bit. There's a couple of bits later on I'll mention that I'm a bit about, but I'm overall happy with what Illumination and Nintendo have done with this. Yeah, so I'm going to go into the cast now. So Chris Pratt's Mario, to be expected. I mean, I wasn't really expecting much from him. I mean, I don't mind Chris Pratt as an actor, but he's serviceable enough as Mario. Like, I'm not like, oh, he's great, he's actually really good, but he's serviceable enough. Like, I mean, Charles Martinet would have been an interesting choice, but star power and everything. But Chris Pratt, serviceable enough. Charlie Day's Luigi, he's probably my favourite voice actor doing voice acting any of these characters, these Mario characters, because Luigi obviously is a very cowardly, funny, witty guy, and I think Charlie Day perfectly portrayed Luigi. Perfectly portrayed who Luigi is in the games. Or how I described him. So he's great. And then my second best voice actor is Jack Black as Bowser, which is kind of to be expected as well. I mean, Jack Black as Bowser is pretty much Jack Black, but his voice is he has a bit of a gruffness to him as Bowser, but for the most part he is Jack Black. But I don't mind that. I like Jack Black. I don't really expect much from Jack Black either, other than kind of having his funny moments. Obviously, he has a musical number in this. Obviously, Peaches. Obviously, that whole thing, that was the whole phenomenon as well when the film came out. And obviously, it's a very catchy song, funny song. But yeah, I mean, Jack Black's good as Bowser. He actually, no, I say he's great. He's quite funny. Anya Taylor-Joy's Peach, Princess Peach, I think she's really good. I know some people were a bit like about it because she's all girl boss and everything, and you know, people were worried that she was gonna, you know, kind of take over from Mario and being the kind of overarching, you know, powerful one of them all. And like, I mean, there was a moment where I was like, okay, maybe they could have held back on it, because listen, I'm all down for girl power, and obviously, you know, having equality of having both male and female characters having their moments to shine and being awesome. And she has she has great moments in this film. And there's one moment I was like, it's a bit too far, where, you know, obviously the bit I'm talking about, with spoiler alert by the way, if you're, you know, if you care, but the bit where Mario's training and it takes him ages to train at the, you know, the kind of Mario Maker-esque kind of course. So obviously he had to do it in order to go along with Princess Peach to, you know, gather the Kong army. And it takes him obviously forever to complete it, because he's inexperienced, but obviously at the end he's...
But I didn't make it.
You almost did? No one gets it right away.
How many tries did it take you?
Oh, so many. I was not good at it. Worse than you.
You got it right away, didn't you?
I got it right away, but I grew up here.
Yeah, but whatever. Apart from that, I think Peach is great. I really liked her. Like, she had a great moments. Mario had his great moments as well, so it's not like she was kind of overpowering him. Like, they both had their great moments. Alongside Luigi, even though he was a bit, which I'll get to in a little bit, but he was a little bit absent for, you know, we know why he's absent, because he gets captured by Bowser. But it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Princess Peach is great. Who else am I missing? Keegan-Michael Key as Toad. Has the perfect voice. He toned it up a bit with the voice to capture the voice of Toad, because he's like, hello! It's a fucking terrible voice for Toad. But you know what I mean, like, she's... I can't do it. I sound like a fucking Angry Bird. But you know what I mean, you know, the voice of Toad, very high pitch. I can't do it because I have quite a reasonably low voice, so I can't go up a tone. But I think Keegan-Michael Key did really good for the voice. Yeah, funny, witty, as Toad kind of is. I mean, he doesn't really say too much in the games, obviously, like many of the other characters. But for what this film needs, he does good. Donkey Kong. I'll get to Donkey Kong in a bit, because I have things to say about Donkey Kong. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. But yeah, the characters I've just mentioned, aside from Donkey Kong just now, I think they did great. Not really many other characters, really, main characters that stand out, but I think all the voice actors, for the most part, were good. It's great. So what to talk about? The animation, the cast, the music, the score, by the way. I want to, specifically the score, the music that was made for the film. Fantastic. Great remixes from many of the games. You have, oh god, there's so many to pick from, but it's just, I listened to quite a few of the tracks on Spotify of this album, of the score. So yeah, I listen to it constantly, and it's so good. I think it's Brian Taylor, I believe his name is, the composer for the film, and he did, I must say, congrats, man. I really, he did a really, really good job with the score. I'll get to the music again in a bit, the other music, but in terms of the music that was made for the film, the score, very good. What else? I mean, the story, I mean, again, paper thin, it's serviceable enough, you know, like, it's Mario. I wasn't really expecting too much. So, you know, the story in itself, obviously Mario and Luigi are plumbers, which we all know. I mean, a lot of people know. Some people don't know, but some people just know him as this guy that does, you know, basic Mario stuff, but doesn't know the kind of backstory with him being a plumber alongside with Luigi. So we see them with they're living with their parents and their family. And obviously I think they made it like an advert of like a plumbing company. They wanted to make their own company, and they made an advert about it, and obviously had their accents, the original Mario and Luigi accents, which is quite cool little nod. Yeah, and then obviously we find out that they spent their whole life savings on that advert apparently, and obviously their family, apart from their mum, is very like, what are you doing? This is mental. Why are you spending all your life chasing your dreams when you could be doing this? And it's like, well, typical kind of Hollywood kind of plot line with the family being disappointed in their children, and then in the end they're like, oh, we're so happy for you. Yeah, I mean, you know, typical, but again, serviceable enough for me. Obviously we get a lot of the Mario stuff in between, which is what we came for, so having that little bit of story, a bit of a build up to the whole thing with going into the Mushroom Kingdom was good in Brooklyn, and obviously having the first job and being easy until obviously that dog kind of messes everything up for them, for the job and everything, and then obviously they feel very like, oh, what have we done? We're going to be useless. And then there's a thing on TV saying that, oh, there's a really bad flood going on somewhere in Brooklyn, and obviously they go investigate it, and they basically get sucked down, and they explore, and then they find one of the green pipes, and that obviously leads into the kind of not to the Mushroom Kingdom, but this massive, I forgot what it's called now, but where all these different pipes that go to different realms and stuff, and obviously they get split up, and then Luigi goes to Bowser's, the Dark Lands as it's named, goes to Bowser's land basically, and then Mario goes to the nice happy Mushroom Kingdom. And then obviously we kind of get the thing where obviously Mario has to go see Luigi, and then he goes to meet Princess Peach, and obviously Bowser at the same time wants to obviously, you know, marry Peach and rule the world with her, and you know, that's the reason why at the beginning of the film we see Bowser take the star from the penguins that obviously end up getting captured and being sacrificed in the wedding. Spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen the film, you know, it's been 3 years. So, yeah, I mean, listen, it all ties together quite well for me. I mean, yeah, there are things that I wish there were more in it, but, you know, I enjoy myself for the most part, so I can't really think of many other positives apart from that. The animation, the music, the score even, some of the voice actors for the most part did good. The story, albeit being a bit paper thin, you know, look, again, it's Mario. I'm not expecting much. I'm not expecting some amazing storyline, to be honest. There's not really much else really to say, really. It's very simple. It's a very simple film. So, and look, all the references. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. The references. So it's main 5 things that I'm happy about. Now getting into, I guess, I don't know. Is there any mixed? I don't know. Yes, indeed, there is a mixed that I forgot to mention. Editing order here. I want to talk about Luigi a little bit. I mean, while he is absent, and I do wish there was more Mario and Luigi together. Again, it wasn't a big enough issue for me to say it was negative. So, which is why I'm going to put it in my mixed. Yes, I wish there was more Mario and Luigi, but from what I've seen for the Galaxy film, it looks like they are going to be together for the most part for the film, which is a good sign. So until I see the film, I can't say that, but from marketing that I've seen little of, it looks like they're doing that. But if I had to put a mixed in there, then that's my mixed. I don't know if there's any mix, so I'm just going to go straight into the negatives, I think. Donkey Kong. Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Listen, not throwing any shade to Seth Rogen at all with him as a person. I mean, I don't know what he's been through. I don't know if he's actually a nice guy or a shitty guy. I don't know. But as far as I know, he seems kind of cool. You know, he's, you know. But I don't know, him as Donkey Kong is kind of like, I mean, he's a bit of a bellend to begin with. I mean, I know why he's a bellend, because obviously Mario and Donkey Kong have this rivalry, obviously, since the beginning. Obviously, in the original Donkey Kong, obviously Donkey Kong is kind of the enemy. Donkey Kong is the enemy in Donkey Kong. And you play Mario, the plum that saves the princess. What the fuck is wrong with me? The princess. And yeah, that's basically that. So there is that initial rivalry between Mario and Donkey Kong. So they incorporate that well. It's just, I don't know, they make Donkey Kong a bit too unlikable. I mean, I get he's supposed to be a little bit unlikable to begin with, but he does kind of come to terms with him a little bit in the end. So having a bit of banter. I don't know, maybe I'm just being a bit too mean about Donkey Kong, but I don't know, I just found him a bit annoying personally, so that's kind of one of my main negatives. I don't know, I think my other negative would probably be while the story, the film itself, the runtime was quite quick and, got to the point, I do think I wish there was a little bit more to it, like I wish there was a bit more substance. But I mean, again, being Mario, not much. Like I mean, Yoshi, he doesn't actually feel too absent in the film. I mean, we get like a little glimpse of all the Yoshis running when obviously they're on the way to the Kong, the Kong army, and obviously they're Mario, Peach, and Toad are walking all these different biomes. Again, a montage of all the different biomes, and then one of them is all these Yoshis running, and we see them running. So you're like, oh, so Yoshi's there, but where is Yoshi or Yoshi? And obviously he doesn't turn up until the post-credit scene, which obviously teases that obviously they are going to be making a sequel if it does well, and obviously they do expect it to go well if it's financially, and it did. It made $1.3 billion worldwide at the box office, so of course they're going to do a sequel, and they have with the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So yeah, obviously Yoshi's going to be in it. Obviously I've reacted to the first look at Yoshi. I did a reaction to the first look of it, and it was cool. So I mean, Yoshi, whatever. I don't know what's going on at this point, but he did, like, weirdly, he didn't feel as absent as I thought. So take that as a negative or not, I don't know. Like, it's, yeah. What are the negatives? Like, I don't know. Just, yeah, it's really, I guess, kind of Donkey Kong, and wishing had a little bit more substance to it. But again, they're kind of nitpicky-ish. Oh yeah, you stupid idiot. The other negative that I forgot, sorry, I'm just transferring the footage now and I just remembered. The other negative that I forgot to say was the licensed music. Yeah, the licensed music, the music that's already, that's already out there, popular music. It just didn't fit the film because it's Mario, and like, we have great music from Brian Tyler, for Christ's sakes, remixed, great. But of course they have to interject licensed music to be fucking popular, pop culture shit. Like, I don't know why they do this in films, in a lot of films. Like, it's fine when it's not a Mario film or a video game adaptation where it's just, I don't know, it's just stupid. I don't know. Like, maybe it worked for some people, but for me, that's the other thing that kind of was like, but it didn't annoy me as much as this time watching. But I just thought I'd make a point and say that it just infuriates me that not just video game films, but just in general with films having to interject pop culture references and licensed music. So, but yeah, back to you, Video Wally. Ooh. So yeah, there's not really much else to really say. I've been talking for 22 minutes now, so I think I'm going to end here, really. Yeah, listen, it's fun. It's not perfect by any means, but I have a lot of fun with it. It's entertaining. It's a quick, I'd say 80. I think it's like 85 minutes minus the credits. It's like an 85-minute film. Just under an hour and a half film, and it's quick. It gets to the point, and it's just fun. I'm a happy Mario fan with this film. I'm excited to check out Super Mario Galaxy, or the Super Mario Galaxy movie. being an avid Super Mario Galaxy fan of the first 2 games. And yeah, I'm obviously going to be watching it with NerdTube. I mean, as far as I know, he's going to be watching with me. He said he is going to be able to come, so fingers crossed that still's the case. But if not, I'll try and do a review of it by myself if I can. But fingers crossed, NerdTube will come along as well, and we'll be able to see what his thoughts were on the first film, because I think he did watch the first film, but I can't remember what his thoughts were. So you have to find out in the review, well, in the before thoughts when we go watch Galaxy. So yeah, guys, once again, thank you very much for watching this review for the Super Mario Brothers movie from 2023. Let me know in the comments below if you've watched this film, and if you haven't, then, well, I've just spoiled it for you. So, there you go. But if you have watched it, hopefully, having watched the video now, let me know what you thought of the film. Did you grow up as a Mario fan? Did you watch the film not knowing what to expect, maybe? I mean, I think a lot of people know what Mario is, but in terms of all the details and everything, did you just see it as a standard, middle-of-the-road animated film? Then there you go. But for me, again, very entertaining. I'm a happy Mario fan. Oh yeah, my rating. I'll probably give it an 8 out of 10. An 8 out of 10, a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, no more, no less. Although I was debating a 7 out of 10, but I'm going to give it an 8. I had a good time. So, yeah. Yeah, so, thanks for watching, and I will see you for the next video, which should probably be the Super Mario Galaxy movie review, alongside with NerdTube. So that'll be on Saturday, and it's Thursday today, so got a couple of days left until the day. So I'll see you guys then. Bye bye.